Hey guys, this is Luigi, and I just want to do some tests real quick before the stream starts. If you're in the live chat, if you could just let me know if you could hear me. Yes, no? I think I'm good, so, I guess I'll just start this thing. Welcome to yet another StacheBros live stream. This is actually the third stream. There were two in the past. The initial StacheBros Live for the Year of the Stache, then the sequel, Spontaneous Combustion, which, that went without a hitch. It kind of just, both of them really just went so smoothly. The quality was crisp at 240p, and just all of it just so smooth, so perfect, just internet history in the making. And you know what? That's all coming back tonight. We're going to get like 50 people on a call. You're not going to be able to understand a thing, and it's just going to be great and memorable, and oh my gosh, a whole bunch of...
Stop, Luigi! What are you doing?
What?
We talked about this. We're not doing this again.
Why not?
Okay, why do you think, Luigi, that we would not want to use this again? Honestly, ask yourself that question and then come talking to me.
Hey, Google Hangouts is the pinnacle, no, the future of internet streaming capabilities.
Okay, if that's what you think, great, but that's not what we're going to be doing.
Why not? I really like how the low quality makes me look.
I'm sorry, who's the producer here? Who's the producer here?
Me?
Luigi, you have absolutely no idea how much time and effort goes into running this place!
Okay, it's you, so calm down, oh my gosh.
Sorry. I lost my temper there.
It's okay.
Anyway, I have an idea of what we can actually do. Turn off the cameras and cut the feed.
Hey guys, this is StacheBros, and who do we have here? Who's with me?
I believe what's my name? I don't have the script. It's like where is it? I don't know. I think it's like Jared or something.
Oh, yeah, Jared. So yeah, we're doing a stream, and yeah, we're not doing that weird garbage stuff in the beginning. No, we fooled you. Oh my gosh. Wonderful editing by Jared, by the way. He did that. We both recorded it, but he did the visual.
Yeah.
So yeah, just a little info about what this is. This is Behind the Bash. Gonna be talking basically exclusively about the production process behind Luigi's New Year's Bash 2015, why it was delayed. There will be some just behind the scenes stuff. Like I have some videos I shot during filming. I think we're going to be taking a look at the composition of the opening musical number. Jared has some stuff to show, which is pretty neat. A lot of neat stuff in general, and it's going to be a fun time. And just a little bit about Jared. Ooh, there's his icon right there. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Don't look, I'm not dressed.
When did you start helping me out? It's been at least a few years.
It was some point after I'm seeing a comment that they can't hear me, but or seeing some comments saying they can't hear me.
Really?
So. Oh wait, no, hold on. Are you seeing it moving on there for my voice?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
Yay, technical difficulties.
There haven't been enough technical difficulties apparently, so.
Oh my goodness. There was so many setting up, that's why the stream got delayed. Oh shoot. Okay, if you could, I mean, there's a delay with the stream and then what you guys are seeing, so maybe this won't They're saying it's very low. But can you hear Jared at all?
Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Period. Okay. Jared, speak up. Hello, everyone. Okay. There. Hi.
Hold up, maybe if I finagle my settings, does this do anything? I just kind of blasted his audio. Try talking.
Yeah. Does this help with the audio? God, I was hoping that this wouldn't have happened, but okay.
People are saying yes. I just want to wait to make sure.
Okay. Only a little louder where it's okay. Where it's
We can hear. Okay, it's like split. Jeez.
let's just
Okay, wait, Jared.
just go for a little bit because they're all saying they
Jared.
can hear.
How about?
Okay, we're hearing perfect. Yes, okay. Jared's voice better. Yes, yeah, you got it.
Okay, I think we're good. I guess we could repeat what we were saying. I don't think anything was totally crucial, but what we were talking about is who Jared is. The logo you see is Super Mario Movie Maker. He is Jared. He helps out my channel. And what we were talking about before, you guys kindly told us that the audio is messed up, which super appreciative about that. We were talking about when Jared joined my channel. So when was that? What were you saying?
Well, I started out as a fan first of all. Like that's how it was a very interesting set of going from being a fan to ending up being a part of the show. And basically, it was around some point. It was like after the what was it? Where has StacheBros been video? After it was posted after the episode 10 of season 2 of Mario and Luigi StacheBros, and I had come to him saying like, "Hey, I can do these cool little graphic things."
I think, if I could just cut in, was it because of the Peach's Castle? Wow, Peach's Castle image I used in the finale?
Yes. Yeah.
Because,
Well,
okay.
I mean,
Yeah, I used like a really low res thing that I made myself based off an interesting image online I found. Like, I liked the model of the castle, but then I'm pretty sure Jared came in and you were like, yo, I can get that way like high res and make it look cool for future stuff. And then after that, I think you were just also like, or I could actually give you video footage of like Peach's Castle,
yeah.
like a really cool looking model of it, and then we can do like camera movements in 3D space and make it look nice. And
Yeah, and
I believe the first time
things
I used
just kind of escalated.
what?
Things just kind of escalated from there, and like more and more things kept going into.
Yeah, it was very slow
like,
at first.
Oh, I could do this and this and this, and here's everything.
Yeah, it was very slow at first how much your content I used. I think the first time you saw that castle shot I was just talking about was in Luigi Time Mario Party, maybe not. I don't know. I've used it a couple times. And from there, I eventually found out that like you are into music arrangements or like just arranging music based off pre-existing video game soundtracks, and so I'm trying to think. The first time, which I guess a little just looking towards the future, the first time I think you did stuff for me was for the first episode of Luigi Time Season 4, which isn't even out yet, but you made stuff.
Yeah.
When was that, like, a year ago? I don't even remember. I was working on that a while ago.
It was a while ago that I had worked on that. You guys still don't know what that is, but it's pretty good, let me tell you.
Yeah, personally, I think it's the first, just what you've done for that scene is like a highlight of Luigi Time, one of my favorite scenes I've done. It's the very opening of Season 4. But that's not what the stream's about. This stream's about Luigi's New Year's Bash. I just wanted to talk about Jared real quick. And just to put this out here, no, he's not the reason my channel is called StacheBros, but he might as well be a bro at this point because he helps out so much, and he helps out a tremendous amount for the bash this year, which we'll get into everything each of us did. But yeah, so I'm going to be showing some behind-the-scenes stuff, and actually, a lot of this behind-the-scenes stuff I posted on Twitter. Here's my Twitter information, people. Isn't it nifty? That's where you can follow me on Twitter, and I posted some of these behind-the-scenes videos as I was actually shooting the bash, and only like maybe 5 people watched this based off Twitter statistics. And so I figured, well, I can just
what's wrong with you? Why don't you go look at his Twitter, guys?
You should follow it, or whatever
Shout
they call it on Twitter. I don't even know. But yeah, I posted a lot of what I thought were cool sneak peeks. Only a few people saw it, but now I guess like I can just use it as archive footage. And so you're going to be seeing just some behind-the-scenes stuff, some images, some phone videos. So the quality is not going to be super crisp, but it'll still be something pretty nifty. So yeah, so that's where you can follow me on Twitter. Yay! So what's this first thing we got? Oh, here's just a nice, neat little picture of filming. You can see, is my hand even in that shot? Yeah, I mean it must be. I don't think I could get Luigi to stand like that without putting something behind him, and I don't remember putting something behind him. So yeah, that's my camera, the Canon X810, and I'm filming Luigi. That's actually not a shot in the actual piece, because you see that there's that lamp in the back. Yeah, there's the lamp to the left, and then the actual like professional lighting rig to the right of the camera. That's that big white rectangular blob thing going on. I used both those lighting sources. The lamp on the left was just kind of to make the scene more warm, because using the right lighting rig, it was just fluorescent and kind of a little harsh, and I just kind of wanted to make the scene look a little warm. So this was more just a production still, not an actual shot of me filming anything, but I do have that's coming up. And then here, there we go. Here's the actual studio space. I believe, the stage where Luigi just kind of presented in front of, and the blue curtain, that's behind the green screen. But that's usually my green screen setup for stuff such as, there's that Diddy Kong shot later. Let me find it. Yeah, this shot, that's all on green screen, but we'll get to that eventually. But yeah, this is just the setup of my studio. I call it Stache Studios. Fun little neat name. This is basically the general lighting setup I usually do. But yeah, that whole area, that's where the whole bash was filmed, in that space. It's actually a barn, so pretty neat stuff. And I think what I'm going to do now, I'm going to showcase just a video of me actually filming part of the bash. I believe the clip is just, the scene is Luigi explaining kind of how the whole bash runs. You'll see in a second. And what I should point out, which I don't think a lot of people know, I record all the audio for my videos before I actually film. So you're going to hear an audio loop going. You're actually going to see my computer doing the loop. So you're going to see everything that goes into filming one shot. And you'll see me actually puppeteering. And it's going to be pretty neat. But the audio recording, doing the recording before the filming, is something I started doing in 2015. It wasn't immediate. I think it was probably halfway through 2015 I started doing that. I find it's more efficient just because I don't have to spend time memorizing lines and then just making sure I get the lines right, the plush movement right, and the camera movement right. It's a lot going on at one time, especially for one guy. And I guess that's something else I should point out. Super Mario Movie Maker, Jared, we don't live anywhere near each other. We primarily collaborate through Skype call and recently phone call. So yeah, it's not like I have anyone.
It's the next step in our relationship.
Oh yeah, it's pretty neat. It's not like I have someone to help me out, and yeah, I'll get into this kind of goes into why the bash was delayed, but I'll get into that in a bit because I promised this video. So let's check this out.
Record, and definitely not for hurting Toadverse feelings, but the purpose of this award ceremony is to hear what StacheBros viewers like most about his content. 732 people here. I guess I'll pick up where I left off. Forgive me for sounding like a broken record, and definitely not for hurting Toadverse feelings, but the purpose of this award ceremony is to hear what StacheBros viewers like most about his content. 732 people here. I guess...
So yeah, that was just a neat little thing. Let's go back to this. So that was just showing the plush movement and the audio recording and everything, like I mentioned. And it was pretty cold out, so I was wearing a coat. That was in, when was that? That was December. And okay, yeah, I guess this is a good place to talk about just the delay in general. I have talked about this multiple times in different videos, but I guess I'll take this time to just give a definitive reason about the delay. Let's just talk about the whole production process. The first aspect of the bash that was worked on was the opening musical number, which I will actually talk about later if the technology on my end works. I was having a little bit of issues with it earlier, but I think it's good. We'll find out together, I guess. So yeah, the opening musical number was the first aspect of this bash that was worked on, and it's usually the first aspect in general in recent years. And basically that was started in maybe, I want to say June or July, maybe even August, but basically I started working on that over the summer, months before New Year's was even here. And I do that on GarageBand. That's this neat little software, which I will dive into later. But yeah, I was recording that, and it took a few months to get that done, but it was done before, probably around voting, which voting happened this year the day after Thanksgiving, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that was late November. And yeah, actually production, filming-wise, of the bash, this was the earliest it's ever started, which, might be weird because there was such a long delay. You might not understand why, if I started so early, why it took so long. But yeah, it's true. I started and ended, actually no. Voting was the same length it always is, but I started it earlier than usual so I could have more time to actually film. And so the script was done shortly after voting, probably before December even hit, or at least early December. And Super Mario Movie Maker, he actually helped edit the script. You take credit for what joke was it? The final Q pun. And I guess I should.
Yeah, the final Q joke. That was something that I had come up with just just to add one last one and then have that joke of him just jumping out the window.
And I guess I should put this out here. We will be talking, as we already have, just a lot about the bash. So if you haven't seen it, you should probably do that first. This stream will be uploaded on YouTube afterwards. But I guess if you don't stick around for the live event, maybe... I mean, there's going to be a Q&A session, so maybe you'll miss out on that. But balance it. We're going to be talking and spoiling a lot about the bash. But yeah, he came up with that Q joke because I was just reading for the script with him. He was helping edit some parts that... we collectively were just reading through it and trying to figure out what worked and didn't work. And then he's like, oh, this would be funny if you had this last one. Because originally I was just going to end it with Waluigi screaming during the whole countdown panic, the whole electric charge thing. Oh, and side note, I told Jared about this. Literally, the day after we finished production for the bash, the day everything was rendered, and we just had been working for hours nonstop trying to get this bash done. The day I go back to class, I have a physics class, just part of my general education at college, even though I'm going to film school. It's a weird thing. The topic we were discussing in class was electric charge, and I was just personally dying because
It's such a context-specific thing for like it being funny, but it's funny just to think about.
Because just working on the bash for months, and especially on my spring break, which I'll get into more later, we were working nonstop for hours, just staying up till like 4 a.m. working on this thing. And the first day I get back to class after spring break, when the bash is finally done, I just walk into class, and my professor's like, "Today we will be talking about electric charge." I'm like, "No." It was really funny.
Okay, wait. I want to say real quick. Someone just commented. Q&A, another Q joke.
Oh my God, you win! You win at life. Oh, and I just realized if I'm talking about the script, I should pull up the script and actually go through it. Here we go. Is that scrolling? Yeah, that's scrolling. So yeah, I write my scripts recently on this program called Celtics. It's this free program. It's pretty neat, and as you can see, this looks pretty official, like a real film script. Yeah, and I just have all the characters and the action lines and the dialogue, and this is what Jared and I went through. We were editing, and I feel like there was something else you added. It might have been the whole ballot stuffing thing, because where is that?
Yeah, that was something that I had added in, like the whole joke of it being Wario voting for Yoshi.
Yeah, I'm trying. Where is that? Yeah, it's up here, coming up. Yeah, this whole part. Because if you didn't get the reference, towards the end of the voting for this bash, someone somehow sabotaged the voting system and, for lack of a better term, stuffed the voting ballot. Because how the online voting survey worked was you could only vote once per IP address, and someone managed to vote for the same nominees like 100 times.
Actually, hold on. I actually looked at the screenshots that you had shown in that video.
They do differ, if that's what you're saying.
What?
They do differ, if that's what you're saying. But
the IP addresses?
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Like the actual vote, but I was able to figure out that it was the same person.
Well, yeah, but the IP address is the same, is what I'm saying.
Oh, were they? I did not know that. Then I don't know how they did that. So props to them, but this was just a nod to that. Pretty sure this is the exact number of votes that I deleted. And yeah, deleting those votes actually didn't throw off anything. I mean, there were a spike in Yoshi votes, and I think he was placed in second place because of just the ballot stuffing, but I mean, it wasn't fair to do that, so I got rid of it. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else neat to show in the script. Okay, I do have the
Waluigi background joke.
Yeah, that was literally just what I was gonna show. Not for all of them. Well, there's like the audience chatter, if you guys remember that. Just like when anything would happen, like it's the one that's coming to mind is when Bowser just reveals that, oh, the countdown is actually a countdown to your deaths, and then the audience starts freaking out and everyone's talking over each other. Here's one. Basically, sometimes I script what the audience is saying. Other times it's just improv of me rambling in a character's voice for just however long. But I made sure to write a line for Waluigi in every single audience chatter. And you could pick it up because I put in the audio balancing, I put his voice loudest over the chatter. So he just chimes in with these statements every time. So when Luigi's talking about how he thinks the final vote count is off, Waluigi's just like, this is clearly a setup for a joke. Because it is, because a few scenes later, it's the whole Wario pops up, and he has a confession to make, and it's just a joke because the votes didn't count. I'm trying to find another one. Actually, maybe, can I do Control Find? Yes, I can. Just some of the Q jokes. Yeah, the Q jokes were actually like the first thing conceptualized for the script of the bash. pretty fun stuff. Oh wait, it's like, maybe I don't know where they are. I might have just put it under like an audience character tag or something, but they're there. This is pretty neat.
See, I don't know what he's talking about, guys. I'm just hearing the chatter.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that away. Okay, so what shall we talk about next? I guess I could talk more. Well, I was talking about the delay, I guess, and then I kind of went on a tangent about the script. So the script,
Yeah.
I went on a massive tangent now that I think about it. The script was probably done very early December, maybe first week, and then filming. Actually, no. Then audio recording happened, and the thing that happens when you make a 35-minute video, there's a lot of audio to edit, and you would think that, I don't know, maybe you would think it's simple, but what goes into it is I record it and have to take multiple takes of just saying the line and making sure the performance is what I want. And so I have to delete all the bad takes, and then I have to make sure that the audio sounds seamless. So what needs to happen is I need to make sure the audio fades in for each character's voice. That's close pinning, right? That's the term?
I think so.
Yeah. That's just an editing term to make it sound more seamless and just make sure the pacing is right. So doing that took a tremendous amount of time, and it was taking so long that I began filming before the audio was even done because it was taking hours upon hours to just finalize. So filming probably started mid-December. That was going fine. I had a decent chunk of it done. But then I had, as an obligation, I had to go on this class trip through my college. It was a 3-day trip, but including travel time, it was 4 to 5 days. Because when I came back, it took basically an entire day to get home, just because my ride was leaving later in the day, and then we got stuck in traffic. And so I lost like 5 days of production, and at that point I got home Christmas Eve. So then you have 2 days of celebrating Christmas. If you do. So those days were lost, and then it was just the final week of December. And there's the update video.
I think you skipped a part, the part where my computer just crashed on me.
Oh, right. That did happen, but that didn't cause a delay. That was more just like a side thing, a very unfortunate side thing that happened. Because what Jared, as we will talk about later, all of his many roles in the Bash, he was going to provide some 3D animations, and among other things. Well, that was the main issue with the crash, I guess, because he couldn't make the animations. But at the same time, I didn't even send him the source material yet, so it's not like he could have worked on it. But yeah, his computer crashed,
Right.
And that was lame. But by the time I ended up needing the files from him, his computer was back, and it was all okay. So anyway, the last week of December, filming, it's not looking too good anymore because I'm nowhere near done filming, and I know it's going to take a really long time to edit. At that point, all the reels, like the nomination reels, were edited. The year in review was edited. That was all good. Yeah, I'll talk about year in review later because there's actually some cool stuff Jared did for that.
Yeah.
But so it's the last week, and then I'm just feeling terrible because I'm just thinking there is no way this is going to get done for December 31st. And so I made that update video where I was very upset. I did not want to delay it. I felt really guilty. But it got delayed, and filming at that point, it was maybe halfway done, maybe 3/4 of the way done. Probably half. So then
Yeah.
after that, I had a week before I would be going back to film school, which, if you don't know this at this point, I'm in film school, and that basically eats up all my time to work on YouTube stuff, which is why you see I don't post often that much anymore. Or, well, no, like during the school year, I post less frequently. So I had a week. I got filming done in that week, but editing, I don't think I started. I probably started editing, but it wasn't enough to, like, make a significant amount of progress. So yeah, I go back to school. Now I basically have no free time, but in the little free time I do have, I edit the bash. And things are going probably a month into January. Actually, when did I start posting the mansion walkthrough? Was that January or February?
Let me see.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
It was probably somewhere around February. Yeah, February 4th.
Okay.
That's when the first.
And I'll talk about
part
that
was.
too, because that's actually really important. So I'm editing, and I guess it was, it was late January. A stupid thing happened. My computer just like suddenly, it just said it ran out of storage space, and that really baffled me because my computer's about maybe 2 years old, and like on my old computer, it didn't take nearly this short amount of time to like clog it up with stuff. And the second thing is, when I switched from a PC to a Mac, which I now use, I just started working on my YouTube stuff off an external hard drive. So none of my YouTube stuff was on my Mac. And so I'm like, why the heck is this so clogged? And I did a little bit of research, and I found out it was clogged because my editing application, Avid, creates these extension files that basically it just lets the software know where the original files are and like what effects are attached to them. And I looked it up, and it said, yeah, this clogs up space, but it's okay to delete them. To delete these files and won't screw up with anything. So I'm like, okay. So I deleted all those files. It was probably about like 100 gigs. And then, actually, hold up, I have a picture of this. And then, well, here's the timeline for I'll get to that in a second. This is what my timeline and my editing application ended up looking like when I deleted all that stuff. Because now Avid, the software, didn't recognize any of my files. And this is how far I got into the project. It was pretty substantial. But yeah, and what the really stupid thing is, I couldn't relink the media like other applications do. It just kind of refused to relink things. So I had to start editing from square one. But the weird thing is, I just kind of sat down one day and basically got farther than I was, or at least pretty close to where I was in one sitting. It was kind of remarkable. So I kind of made up for all that lost time. And yeah, so those red things you see, those red bars, are all the media that got deleted. But yeah, this is the final timeline you see right now. You can see there's a ton of shots. I don't even know how many. A lot, honestly. Oh,
Let's count. One shot.
2, 3, 4. But yeah, it was a pretty intense edit. But yeah, blah 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 blah. So I was talking about January. So that was late January, and then I'm just thinking like, okay, I'm not posting anything on my channel. People are gonna want to watch something, otherwise it's gonna seem like my channel is dead. And the great thing that actually happened is in very early December, before filming for the bash even begun, I just sat down and recorded a Luigi's Mansion walkthrough in one sitting. And so I just
conveniently it happened like that. It wasn't planned to be a delay compensation in the first place, but it ended up being that.
Exactly. So I just recorded. I have 13 episodes of just content I can post on my channel. And so initially this was going to be just like, it was going to be one of the first things I posted after the bash. I was actually going to do, I was going to post a stash short that I was working on, but then I kind of stopped midway through filming, or towards the end of filming, just to work on the bash. So that's not done filming, so I can't post that. But I was going to post that stash short first, followed by all of the episodes of the walkthrough, and then I was going to post more content, and it was going to be pretty great. But since I worked on the bash, I couldn't really get a chance to work on other videos for 2016, which was kind of really lame. But anyway, I
Hey,
figured.
Stash, you, you see that Bash audio title down there?
What?
On the Avid window, you see the Bash audio title down there?
Oh,
Someone pointed it out.
that wasn't me.
It was me. Sorry, everyone.
That's
I'll just-
Jared. That is not me.
I'll
That is
just-
Jared.
He definitely doesn't swear at all. So I'll just leave, everyone. Bye.
My apologies,
Fire.
though. I do try to keep my channel kid-friendly. But this being a live stream, you never know what's going to happen. My bad.
It's a
But
surprise.
the side story of why it said that is just because we were working on the bash for months, and
We were losing our minds, and that's what the file ended up being called once I finished my audio bit.
yeah, because he did some balancing. He did the drum rolls and some other music tracks, which we'll talk about later. And he just kind of balanced everything for me and then sent it to me, and that was the file name. And whatever. So back to Luigi's Mansion.
Shame on me. Yes, you're right, Susan Eberly. Shame on me.
So basically.
But also shame on you for showing that.
Oh my god!
You
I
didn't
I
even
honestly
consider
didn't even
that,
see
man.
that when I put that picture up. So the Luigi's Mansion walkthrough, I just kind of made.
Anyway.
I just made a decision. Like, I'm not posting anything on my channel. I have this walkthrough. You know what? I'm just gonna post it, and so I made an update video, which a ton of people did not watch, and then got upset about the walkthrough. I made an update video saying, hey, the bash is still being worked on. It's in its final stages. And so while you're waiting for the bash to be completed, I'm going to post this 13-episode walkthrough just to, like, hold you guys over, give you something to watch. And then when that's done, the bash will be ready very shortly. But people didn't watch the walkthrough, or people didn't watch the update video, like the vast majority of my audience. And so a lot of people just were not happy that I did the walkthrough and thought I was wasting my time and not working on the bash, when in reality, it takes about 10 minutes to edit one of those mansion walkthrough episodes. So, like, it was very simple to just post or make 13 of those. It barely took away from working on the bash. So that was
Can I just mention that all of the comments are just saying bad Jared or shame on Jared right now?
Well, they're right.
Anyway, sorry.
But yeah, so
I'm just looking at the. Anyway.
So yeah, I'm trying to think, because that I was posting that, I was still editing the bash. Then I got on to my week-long spring break, which it wasn't during spring. I keep getting comments that people are on spring break now, but my spring break was, geez, when was that? It was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. And that entire time, basically, the vast majority was just finalizing the bash. And as mentioned earlier, Jared and I stayed up till like 4 a.m. every night on a Skype call, just working, just collaborating, just losing our minds, because I just had this goal of, I want to post this March 11th. Was it? No, wait, no, not March 11th. Wait, yeah, no, it was March 11th, right? That's the date? I'm pretty sure.
The upload date of the.
Yeah, the upload date.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to
Yeah,
post
it
this
was
March
March
11th, and I want to post a teaser trailer just announcing it the Monday of that week. And so, miraculously, that happened. If you haven't seen the trailer, by the way, because I think the bash is getting more attention than the trailer. The trailer is basically just a plush video. Yeah, it does say the date of the bash, but it's a funny little skit, and we collectively collaborated on the script, and I think it's some funny material.
It's like only a third of that video is actually the skit, or is actually bash related.
Yeah, there was
the thing is a skit around the bash, but
yeah, there was like a 30-second sneak peek trailer in that video that had the opening musical number attached to it. But yeah, you should check that out if you haven't. It still holds up even though the bash has happened. So yeah, I'm trying to think. We could show more behind the scenes stuff. I guess we could go into editing. I've been talking a lot. Should we go into some of your stuff?
Yeah, think about me.
Okay.
I'm way more important here. Clearly.
So I'm assuming you want to talk about the music, right?
Yeah, I think that's a good starting point.
Okay, so we got this image here. This is, jeez, my screen is very small. This is for Panic, Jared. Jared can't see what I see. He just sees the. Actually,
I can see it.
oh wait, am I sharing my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're on a Skype call
You're
doing this.
destroying the immersion, dude. They're not supposed to know.
We
we're
already
on Skype.
destroyed the immersion.
Already. Like it's. I don't even know.
Sorry. Also, let me know if you want me to zoom in on this, Jared, because this is just the whole image. I can very crudely zoom in.
No, I can see it fine.
I just mean if you want me to point to stuff or anything. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, I know stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a screenshot of the project file for which one is that? Panic?
Panic, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to explain what that song actually is?
That song Panic, it's the song from Mario Party 3. I'm assuming it's from one of the mini games or something.
It's just each there's just like a variety of music tracks in Mario Party games, and this just happens to be one of them for the mini games.
Yes, and it's a very light-hearted kind of sound, as Mario Party game soundtrack typically is. But what I ended up doing was making it sound like way more intense by fully orchestrating a piece of music around this whole thing. And as you can see, I mean, like the listing of names here is kind of like random names for like the tracks over here. But as far as just like there were a bunch of tracks that went into this, and I really put a lot of time into mixing and making sure everything sounded good.
And it sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
I just remember, like, because you proposed the idea of using Panic, and this is the song that plays when Toadriff is like, "We have entered the last moments of our lives. And so my final words of wisdom, everybody panic," and like the time bomb is in its last minute. People are just going crazy. That's that song. And initially, Jared's like, "Yo, we could put this song over that scene," and like, I'm like, okay. And then he sent me a clip of the dialogue with the music. I'm like, wait, that surprisingly works like amazingly, and like I loved it, and it was perfect.
Yeah. And yeah, that's what we ended up doing.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Should I go to the next one?
Yeah. Are there any interesting things to say about this one as far as
about Panic or the next one?
Panic. Yeah.
I don't know if there's any like Easter eggs or anything. I don't think.
Well, not Easter eggs. Yeah, actually, yeah. I think we covered everything.
Okay.
So, yeah. Go to the next one.
Here's another song that he did, and this is I'm only showing 2 of the 4 you did. It was 4, right?
Yeah.
It was the opening, not the opening music. The music where Toadriff announced Luigi as the host. Here's your host.
Luigi's entrance music.
Yeah,
basically.
Here's your host with the most toast, Luigi, and Jared composed the thing for that. And if you listen carefully, it's actually the 2009 opening musical number, just with like a really sick instrumental track to it.
Yeah.
And then
but this isn't that.
This is not that. No. So this
is a different one.
This song is what plays immediately after Panic, and it starts.
If you see the title up there, that's what we. It's like up in the top left where you can see the title.
You're in.
of
We're
the
all
song.
gonna die. Basically, this is the song that starts playing when Mario's like, "All I ever wanted was to be a leading man," and the background of this song. This is an excerpt of the year in review song. So that highlight reel that plays at the end of every bash, that's just like the highlights of the given year. So this is an excerpt of that, and only it's kind of slightly reorchestrated, and you could say more stuff if you like.
Okay, before I get to that, I don't know what's going on in this live chat, but someone's just like putting stuff like Luigi is or Jared is Waluigi confirmed. I don't even know. Like I'm just like reading through this and I'm trying to make sense of it, but it doesn't. Whatever.
I don't know, man.
It's crazy kids over there. All right. So. I guess first of all we should talk about year in review itself because we decided this year that we wanted to, or well, you decided you wanted to recreate year in review for this bash.
Yeah, okay, I'll talk about that briefly. Each year, okay, there's about maybe 4 versions of year in review, which is the da 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 da, that song that plays over and over again in the highlight thing. I used to make one for every year, and the original ones, everything prior to 2015, those were recorded just on my Yamaha electric piano, which is how all my old music was recorded. And I mean, I got a decent version off of that once I finally figured out how to record directly to my computer from the Yamaha. So I got a decent one that I used in 2013 and 2014, I'm pretty sure. But I wanted to make like an official version using GarageBand, which is what I've been using to make my modern music. So I made a piano part. It was pretty solid. It took all the musical concepts from all the previous year in review songs because I have kind of changed it through the years. I've added and removed parts, and I tried to contain every unique part used in each year in review. So I had a piano part, and then I'm like, I really don't feel like doing a drum part for this. And Jared has helped me out a ton with drum parts in the past for music. So I just kind of sent it to him.
As I am a percussionist after all, so
Yeah,
I have a lot of experience with it.
I am not a percussionist. I am other things, which I'll talk about when I get to my side of the music. But I basically said, can you make a drum part? And then is that when you just offered to like make a whole version?
I was okay. It was like I said yeah I'll do it, but I think I'm also gonna add in orchestral instruments.
Okay.
As on top of that.
Yeah. So basically, what
really
the final song is my piano track, and then Jared's orchestrations, which are amazing, by the way. So if you want to talk about that, what went to that?
Yeah. As far as like what went into that, there were a couple of things that had to be done in order for it to work. Obviously, first of all, the biggest thing is having everything sync up with the piano part.
Yeah,
because there's like a tempo change going on throughout the entire song.
Yeah, because the annoying thing is we use 2 completely different softwares, and Jared uses a much more advanced software than GarageBand. And GarageBand, you can't export MIDI files, which I don't know if you guys know what those are, but basically that's like it contains just like the note values that you compose in GarageBand or any software like this. And so like if I were able to export a MIDI file, Jared would have easily just had the file on him and wouldn't have had to do any more technical things to make it line up. But yeah, we had to do it old school. I had to give him measure markings and tempo change markings. It was a fun time.
Yeah, there was like this constant problem where I was just like everything was getting ever so slightly out of sync, and I just had to keep changing like my tempos, and eventually I got it to work, but it took way longer than what is probably necessary. um, but yeah, we got all that taken care of.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but
So,
then like as far as like when we got to the point of doing this little excerpt that we have on screen right now, um see what happened was with the New Year's bash, um I or the year in review, sorry, I had that file, and I was working on that during um I was working on that during the whole uh it was before my computer had crashed,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I had
As
all the
mentioned,
files.
yeah, sorry. As mentioned earlier, year in review and all the nomination reels were some of the first things to be edited. So this was, yeah, long before the crash. This was complete.
It's the BC times before crash.
Yes.
uh, anyway, uh, but yeah, I ended up losing that the project file in that crash. I got other files back, but that was one of the files that I wasn't able to get restored. So when we ended up getting to this part where, like after Panic, we actually hadn't had a music thing planned for that for pretty much the whole time. Then I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna do something stupid. I'm gonna put the year in review thing in place of that, and just like the rough one that we had already done. Just put it there and see what it sounds like. If it syncs up, then I'll do an excerpt of it. Also, not knowing or not remembering that I had done this year in review before this crash stuff, and I looked at the music, putting it on there, and it synced up really nicely. So I ended up rewriting very quickly. By the way,
Yeah, it
I
was
ended up
really fast.
rewriting the the excerpt. Uh, it wasn't exactly the same. I know that for sure, but it was. It kind of helped make it more unique, and less identifiable as, or slightly less identifiable as the same thing, because it's pretty close to the same music, but I had put things together, and then we got this. So
This is pretty nifty. So I think that
there's a lot of
probably
stuff.
covers this portion, I guess. Um,
Yeah.
I guess I could talk about the opening musical number, which I have right here. Hold up, if I can just, there we go. So yeah, this is just the file of the actual instrumental, and up here, these audio tracks, audio 1, 9, 8, 6, all those things, those were an original voice recording that I ended up not using because a little bit into the bash production, not that very far, I figured out through the help of Jared how to record my audio more crisper, more clean. So I actually also did some dialogue recording, and I just redid all of that. I redid the musical, just the singing and just the voice acting. But I didn't complete the voice acting. I only got like a few scenes in. And actually, I can show an old recording of what a part of the opening musical number sounded like with the original vocals. So let's check this out.
Everyone says the year is done. There's one last chance, so let's make this night fun. Just you wait, with my bash you have won.
So yeah, that's a neat little video of the old days of this. Yeah, lots going on here. If you didn't know, I play saxophone. So the saxophone you hear in the actual musical number is real saxophone. But what I have right here with this track, these 3 tracks, is the harmony, because it's 3-part harmony. So I recorded live saxophone 3 different times and then piled them on top of each other to create harmony and like a little saxophone section. But yeah, I can solo this right now, actually. This is just kind of what it sounded like with the sax, the synthesized sax. So it's pretty neat. And then just to show what it sounded like all together, just want to make sure, yeah, I don't want vocals on. And yeah, okay. So yeah, gonna play that same excerpt again. It sounds a little weird. And just as a side note, I personally can't even hear what GarageBand's doing, or I can't hear these videos I've been showing either. So if something's like off of it, like if the audio's low, I honestly can't tell. This is part of the reason we were having technical difficulties and the stream was delayed a few minutes. I'm gonna shut these off again. Initially, how this song worked, I had, for the most part, the vocal track done, and then I just kind of stripped away from it to create hold up, yeah, those are off, to create this. So it sounds a little different without actual vocals, but this is just kind of what I based off of. I'm adding the vocal track back in. It's not me singing, it's just the melody that I based off of that helped me out when I was singing, because I actually, while I am a musician, I don't really know how to read vocal music. I can read instrumental music. I mean, they're kind of different, so yeah, I just kind of base it off my ear, because if you like playing music, you've probably heard this, just having a good ear, and I consider myself having a good ear. I'm able to just figure out songs just by listening to them, and similar to how I record just my singing voice, I just remember how the melody should be and then match that. I don't have perfect pitch, but I have something close that helps. So here's what the vocal musical track sounds like. Yeah, and then here's another section. This is actually my favorite section of the song. So that's that section. And basically, just to talk about how I use GarageBand. Oh, I guess I can't do this. I was trying to do musical typing, but it's not working. What I usually do is I hook up the same Yamaha piano that I used before in my old, like when I made old music, and I record myself playing the music. So all of these parts was me actually playing. But then the cool thing about GarageBand is you can go in and you'll see these little weird rectangle things. These are actually the note values, and I can go in and adjust them to be precise, like very musically accurate, directly on the correct beats. And so the songs are no longer sloppy like they were in the past. They're more precise. But yeah, I feel like that's enough about GarageBand and just the musical number in general. I think, okay, so I talked about the timeline. let's talk about this thing. the the massive amounts of Diddy Kongs. So
Ditties everywhere.
this is probably, I mean, there are a lot of cool effects in this, some of which I did, some of which Jared did. I feel like this is just one that would be cool to highlight what went into making this. So this is like kind of the final shot, what you're seeing. And just, this was shot on a green screen. Diddy just by himself. No, I don't have like 20 gazillion Diddy plushes. It's just the one. So that's like the actual original source. And then I would just kind of shrink him down and then get rid of the green background. Yeah, so this shows how many layers of video were in this. All those rectangles are individual Diddy shots. And what this actually looks like, if I were just to solo a couple, it looks like this. So it's kind of weird because you see that Diddy's like cut off on the bottom. And the tricky thing about this effect is I had to cover up the bottom of the screen cutoff by just filling in Diddy's. So it was a pretty interesting effect. That just green screening is a fun time. And this whole
I mean,
effect,
he's done it before, but you know.
I mean, this whole effect,
because we've done this shot before, but
yeah, it's just a callback to Kamek's magic class because it was one of the highest voted scenes. So I figured I'd do a callback to it because I like to do callbacks to some of the favorite moments people vote for. Another effect, or just an Easter egg in general. What's interesting about this shot, Jared? I'm curious to see if you know.
I can't see very well on the thing.
Is
It's
that
small.
Is that any better?
Well, the screen's bigger, but then the Skype share screen made it more pixely, so you know,
Okay.
that's great.
Anyway, Jared's no help. Believe it or not.
Sorry.
Believe it or not, this picture it's deceiving you. What if I told you? What? What's going on there? Yeah, this is two different shots. One with just Bowser and one with just Mario. And what you're seeing here is called an effect called masking. Sometimes when I have complicated plush movements where I have to move my left hand this way with one plush and then move it a completely different other way in a completely different rhythm in my right hand, sometimes I just can't do that. It's just too complicated for my brain to multitask like that. So I film two completely different shots. I make sure to keep filming so the 3D space is maintained, and so when I actually put the mask over it, that there won't be like a ripple in the consistency. So basically, I have two different shots, and so shutting that off, this is Mario alone. I put a mask, and you see that's that little outline right there. So I put a mask on Bowser, and then I do this method called keying out, and then that leads to that. So Bowser's keyed out, that's why it's black on the left side. And then I just kind of layer the effects, and you get that. You get the two of them together, and I just kind of do a technique called feathering down the center of the screen, so you can't tell that there's the mask in there. It just kind of makes it look seamless. So it's pretty fun. And you also see that the lighting kind of changes when I toggle this on and off, and that's color correction. What you see right here is just kind of the raw lighting, no colors added to it. But, you know, I think that looks kind of lame and desaturated, so I put some color on it. And for these Bowser scenes in particular for the Bash, I kind of wanted to give it a neat little atmosphere, so I put kind of a blue tone to it, as you can see, once I once again toggle this on and off. So yeah, just a little bit of color correction for you right there. And the whole thing was color corrected, which was pretty time consuming. And actually, yeah, I mean, some of the material we worked with, like the raw material, I don't know what I was thinking. I lit some of the shots very poorly, and so we kind of had to heavily just edit it with Jared helped me out a lot here. trying to figure out, trying to wrap our heads around how to fix these raw shots. And so just kind of to show you what we were working with for one take, I mean, just look at how bad this raw footage is.
Time to nail execution. Time to dazzle the crowd.
I mean, that's just, it's just pretty horrendous, right?
I don't know, man. I mean, it really just wasn't good lighting at all.
No, I know. It was like, man, it wasn't working, man. We tried, but I mean, you look in the final video, you can't even tell that that's up, but we fixed it.
Yeah, we were able to get that out. It's surprising. I don't even know how we did it. Like,
I mean,
to be completely honest with you, I don't know how.
I mean,
Time to nail it.
Look at this thing. But in all seriousness, what that was, and sorry, I just kind of clicked on the wrong thing. What that was basically, it was probably like 4 a.m, and we were both just dead. And then I guess I just kind of was messing around with my editing application's tracking feature.
Yeah, you just kind of silently started doing that.
Because my brain was dead and just like, I don't even know. I just started, I put a tracker on the footage. And then together, Jared just would tell me stuff to add. So I just started adding shapes and adding a tracking effect to it. And so we got that monstrosity eventually. It was a complete waste of time, but it was funny at 4 a.m. Oh my gosh.
That weird like scribble at the bottom was supposed to be part of the hat, but then just jokingly he just started putting a whole bunch of points everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And so it just ended up being this blob of just, what is this?
Oh my gosh. I believe, I could be wrong, I think I've gone through all my behind the scenes content. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we should touch upon before we open up the Q&A.
There were some things. We don't have a visual for this, so I'll just talk about it.
Oh wait, yeah, okay.
The timer that we we did for this. There was a lot of consideration that went into the design of it, but also there was a big focus on getting, because the biggest pet peeve I have with movies is when they have a timer there for 10 seconds. It's like set to 10 seconds, but 10 seconds equals a minute in movie time. It's like, what? This doesn't make any sense. Why would this be a 10-second thing if it's clearly not going to be 10 seconds on screen? So what I did was I went through the whole thing and got all the exact timings for the timer to make sure everything was in place and everything was going to be accurate.
So yeah, if you get a timer out and watch the video, you'll see that it actually matches perfectly. So it's pretty crazy.
It's even down to milliseconds, which don't ask why I did the extra time to make milliseconds.
And the other cool thing...
you know what? I guess there should also be said that this wasn't done with an automatic simulator or anything.
Yeah, that's literally what I was just going to say, yeah.
Yeah. It was entirely handmade. Like, I got a bunch of text.
And he's referring to the numbers, by the way. The numbers that actually tick by were handmade. Well, not handmade, but hand inputted. I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't an automated process of making the taking the time code preset on Sony Vegas and then boop boop boop. There we go. No, I actually put a bunch of text things in there and having it all be one big timer. So
yeah, it was pretty neat. And then he designed the Bomb-Omb that you see, which is also part of the timer. And that was really cool because we got pretty accurate lighting, I'd say. Well, you did that, but...
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because he did everything. I just want to let you all know I'm not actually doing anything in this.
Explain how you made the bob.
Should I say what it's made of?
I mean, this whole thing is just kind of ripping apart the bash and revealing its secrets.
Okay. So, some people might have already been able to pinpoint this.
Yeah, I mean, definitely if
but
you look for it, it's definitely obvious. If you're looking
yeah,
for it.
I keep seeing messages about Q&A. Sorry, we'll get to it. We're just really getting into the behind the scenes.
This is important because
Terribly sorry.
Jared worked hours on this and it was great.
Anyway, yeah. So what we did with the bomb is we made it, have a Bomb-Omb on it, but the base of the Bomb-Omb is actually a GameCube.
Mind blown.
So
what?
Yeah, it's a GameCube, and there's a disc. There's a disc rolling around on the top of the Bomb-Omb.
The disc is
Super
the best.
Mario Sunshine disc. Boom, done.
It's the best Easter egg that no one would ever know.
Everybody, that's the end of the show. Thanks for watching.
But yeah, the disc spinning at the top of the Bomb-Omb is Super Mario Sunshine, and is pretty crazy.
There's actually a lot of Mario Sunshine. If we go back to the countdown timer, the backgrounds are both from Mario Sunshine.
Oh yeah.
I shoved a lot of Mario Sunshine into this. It was fun.
So yeah, so the Super Mario Movie Maker, he did some music. He did the 3D animations of the timer and the Bomb-Omb.
Some script work.
He did some script work. He did some sound design. Oh yeah, for the Wario jumping out the window, that was his sound design with like the sirens coming by and the window shattering. So like that whole joke was yours, really. I just filmed it.
Yeah. Just to say, I actually just a little bit more behind the scenes on that sound design. The sirens and stuff were all recorded within because first of all, because I had lost a lot of my sound design through the crash in the BC times. I had all these sound design stuff and lost a lot. No, but I got all those siren sounds in an efficient manner by going into Grand Theft Auto 5 and recording a bunch of audio.
I did not know that.
Well, yeah, there you go. It was in Grand Theft Auto 5. I was just ramming cars around and stuff.
I'm trying to think. Did you do anything else? Because you did a lot.
I probably did something else that we haven't said.
Audio balancing, but that goes in the sound design kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jared deserves your subscription. Subscribe Super Mario Movie Maker. Do it today. I mean, and his content's great. It's really funny. It's like 3D animations, and you did that whole remake of the Super Mario Sunshine ending, only with like actual good animations, not that dumb in-game animation.
Yeah. If I could talk about that for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just real quick. Like, if you look at that cutscene, like, the way that they have Junior turn around, they don't actually turn around his body. They just, like, peel back his shell. like when he turns around and look at Bowser, like, you see, like, the underside of Junior's body, and there's just the shell that's like peeling back as he looks back. I don't know.
It's really messed up, man.
It's like, what? Okay, I guess.
Okay. So we have about 20 minutes for Q&A. So yeah, I guess.
Okay, so let's start with a few questions I've been getting. I've been copying and pasting into this document as we've been going. One person asked, "Where do you film this?" And this was when you were showing the stuff with the green screen and all that.
That is actually at my house. Just something about me. because I am at film school, I have an apartment down by my school, so I'm not at my home, which is one of the main reasons I can't film new plush videos while I'm here. I mean, I'm also super busy just with schoolwork, so I don't really have much time in that regard. Because I mean, that's what caused the whole delay after early January anyway, because I didn't have time to edit. Yeah, that was filmed in a barn at my house. So yeah, it's pretty cool. The barn, there's no animals in the barn or anything. It's mainly used for storage, but I have this whole room just set up as a studio, and it's pretty open.
Yeah. So then the next question, there were a couple of questions about Diddy. Like, why does Mario hate Diddy?
I feel I get
And
this. I get this question all the time.
Yeah.
It's basically a character design. It's kind of a really super lame answer, but you're not supposed to know why Mario hates him. It's almost basically just supposed to be unjustified. Like, you're supposed to watch and be like, dude, seriously, like, what's your problem, man? Why do you hate him? It's just for, like, comedy. Like, you're supposed to know, oh, Mario hates Diddy, so, like, you can expect that whenever they're together, bad things will happen. But no, there's not, like, a secret reason why he hates him. And people have suggested that I should make a video explaining it, and at the current moment, I don't really want to because I feel like it should remain a mystery. It's part of the fun. But, like, if I just somehow happen to think of some crazy good reason that I know would make an awesome video, maybe in the future I'd do it. But yeah, there's not really a definitive explained reason. Like, you're not going to be able to go back to old videos on my channel and see why. It just kind of always was.
Yeah. Let's see. Another question we have here. By the way, it's been on my logo the whole time, I think. Oh wait, never mind. Whatever. Let's see. There's okay. So there was a question about doing a crossover with other Nintendo characters. But
Oh, so like different plushes. Okay, the thing about my channel is it's strictly Mario plush. So I don't know. I mean, the universes don't really connect in just like video games in general. So it'd just kind of be weird if, I don't know, if I had other characters from outside the franchise appear. At the same time, there's just too many characters on my channel. I am one person voice acting. I mean, Jared occasionally does a cameo. That's only been in like 1-2 videos, maybe.
as far as like character wise,
I think only one's been uploaded, but you're making cameos in Dark Matter. And then we have other stuff planned. But yeah, maybe it's just the bash. He was the producer in the 2014 bash. He had a little line.
and the producer at the beginning of this thing.
Oh, right, true. What was I saying? Oh, but yeah, like, it's just too many characters to voice and just too many characters to keep track of. People already kind of complain that I don't feature, like, all my characters on my channel, because I really try to. I base it off the results of the bash, because there's, like, a ranking of which characters are voted for most, and just because, like, Luigi wins, yeah, I'll showcase him the most, but there's also, like, a hierarchy below him of who people like the most. And so I do try to include everyone, but that can't always happen because certain video ideas just don't work out that way. And so the more characters I add, the less other characters will appear. But there will be new characters from the Mario franchise that will be coming to my channel. And I will also say I'm pretty set right now saying I won't add out of franchise characters. But I mean, I wouldn't say it's an impossibility in the future. Like, I could change my mind. I just, at the moment, don't see that happening. But if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there were a couple of comments a while back about Let me just get them all out of the way. And then there was okay. So there was a few comments just talking about Jared x StacheBros will be the next ship. So it's confirmed StacheBros and Jared are a couple. Jared x Bad Jared, edgy OC, and that's when the swear thing came up, and then somebody I didn't get somebody had put there was a what was it? There was a Jared is Waluigi thing, and then the Jared is every comment in this comment section.
Those are great questions, guys.
Yeah, good question.
I'm seeing a lot of things pop up. People are asking about the new seasons of my different series, where Luigi Time Season 4 is, where Dark Matter is, and where Lunar Light is. And basically, this is my response when I always get this question. Film school doesn't really allow me to make plush videos. Throughout the year, a huge chunk of my year, the majority of the year, I can't make new content. I can only make content on my breaks, and the trouble with my winter break this year is it was all devoted to the bash. I did film one and a half stash shorts, but beyond that, I didn't really even get to make normal content outside of the series you're asking for. And so those are huge productions, and the issue I'm running into is I would just be taking a massive break if I don't work on something like an easy stash short just to upload. How do I even phrase this? Those are long productions. I want to make all 10 episodes of Dark Matter and Lunar Light and Luigi Time. Well, 5 episodes for Luigi Time. I want to make all of the episodes of each given season before I release any of them. And I'm not saying I'm going to finish all those free projects before I upload any. I'm just saying the individual projects, I want to finish it entirely before I post any. Because in the past, there have been year-long breaks between episodes. I know there's been a massive wait right now, pre-season, but I mean, I feel like that's at least better than having to wait in between episodes where you're already into the plot and expecting more. Because not much information has been revealed about these plots. I mean, Luigi Time, I guess, is kind of expected. I mean, it's just I'm singing about each game. You don't know what game. Well, actually, I did announce the games. And I guess you don't necessarily know the plot, but the plot has always been kind of a side thing in Luigi Time anyway. So my issue is I could devote all my time to these projects, but then I wouldn't be posting anything on my channel. So I kind of have to balance it where every now and then I have to post something like a stash short just to prove that my channel is not dead. And about Dark Matter, because Dark Matter was supposed to come sooner, but last summer I moved to a new house, and basically all my free time over that break was kind of eaten away just with moving stuff. I didn't really work on Dark Matter at all. I didn't really work on any videos at all, which is part of the reason I didn't post as much towards the end of 2015. But what am I trying to say? Hopefully this summer I'll get more work done. I'm still trying to figure out which series to tackle first. What I do know is Lunar Light will be the last project I focus on of these three, because that's a brand new series. There's literally no following. You may be interested in seeing what it's about, but you don't, it's not something that has a pre-existing following that I feel like, yeah, I need to finish this first because people are expecting to learn more what happens in the new season, but it's not a new season. It's just the start of the whole series. Luigi Time is definitely farthest in production. 3 songs have been recorded. A 4th has some lyrics to it. An entire episode is edited, entire episode is filmed and partially edited. So that's coming along, but just coming up with new lyrics can be difficult. It's definitely the hardest aspect of that series. And as for Dark Matter, I want to approach it differently, just because I'm taking a screenwriting class now, and it made me realize that the Dark Matter script could use reworking. The story's good, but it's just it's not written to the best extent it could be. So I kind of want to evaluate that and create a new draft of it. But hopefully these projects will be worked on over the summer. I can't see them being finished anytime soon, to be honest, but because that's just because of film school. My life just it's getting in the way of YouTube, and I'm sorry for that. All right. So I guess another question.
I have like a few things here that were like joke rhetorical questions.
Okay.
There was okay, well this one isn't even a question, but it was just a funny joke. It was banana o'clock when I started my brick collection. Nobody except maybe DK. I guess it's supposed to be like a quote. There was like one person asked about when is dark matter coming? Is it on Venus, my favorite planet?
These old school references. Oh my gosh. Let's see if there's any other fun questions.
There were a lot of inspiration questions I saw. Like, what's your inspiration?
I mean, I've talked about that in other videos before. I mean, when I started, Mario plush videos were barely a thing. I was probably maybe the 5th channel in existence. My main inspiration, that account doesn't exist anymore. But like it was the first plush videos I ever saw. It was the first time I was exposed to the medium, and it just kind of made me want to get plushes. But yeah, I don't even remember what the channel name is because it doesn't exist. I just remember it was deleted, so it's kind of lame.
Yeah. Someone put Jared is love, Jared is life. So.
Oh no, not here.
No, so quick! Someone write a fan fiction where they go way too deep into this Shrek is love, Shrek is life thing, but just put my name.
People are posting a ton of references to my channel actually. Now that I'm scrolling through some of these, super retro 555 shy guy. A reference to Wiggler urine.
Weren't your scripts on notebook paper around 2010?
Yeah, they were. I probably starting 2013, 2012. I don't know. I started typing them, and then within the last year, I started using Celtics, which was, I can pull that up again. Where is it? Which is, yeah, it's more professional. My school actually uses this in my screenwriting class, so. And I got it before I even knew that's what we were using, so.
Plus, it's just a lot more of an organized system to work with.
And the cool thing about actual script format is each page is equivalent to 1 minute of screen time, so it kind of lets you know how long a video will be. So yeah, any more questions? What's at the bottom of the feed? I don't know if my thing's updating. Yeah, do you have any other questions?
There's there's a couple more references in here. It is my scheme to sell real estate. And inspiration because DK is retarded. It's the DK spelling.
Oh my gosh, jeez, you guys are like on point. I'm surprised, like, cause these are like old videos you guys are referencing too. That's the neat thing. Here's an interesting question, which I don't even really know how to answer. Did you guys think that Mario would be the main character for StacheBros? But Jared wasn't even around during the creation.
Yeah, no,
this channel.
I didn't even know the channel was a thing at that time.
Because again, we don't even live even remotely near each other, and he's just someone who came along later to help me out, and he helps a lot now. Did I just okay? The original intent for Stash Bros was purely Mario and Luigi Stash Bros, that series, and then I just kind of did a green screen test one day, and that was the whole Luigi's Evil video, and that turned into Stash Shorts. And then one day I was on the Wii Shop channel and I was just coming up with dumb lyrics and I figured, hey, this could make a cool video, and then Luigi Time was born. So as far as main character, I think the intent was Mario and Luigi to be evenly split because like the whole thing was Mario and Luigi Stash Bros. Both their names were in the title. But then I just got a whole ton of feedback that Luigi was the favorite character, so that's why I use him a lot. It's pretty nifty. Here's another one. What editing software do you use? I touched upon this earlier. I use Avid Media Composer 8. This is actually a software the film industry uses. It's part of the, what is it called? I forget. It's some sort of association, like the Editing Association of America or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's like it's a very high-end software that I purchased as just a recommendation from one of the top editing professors at my school. And that's what I'm going to school for. I mean, I'm going for film, but I'm doing a concentration in post-production, and I hopefully want to be an editor. I don't know, like, for what. Could be large-scale film. It could be indie film, like independent. It could be TV. I don't know. We'll see what happens with my life.
I just want to point out, I'm trying to find the comment. That one person put the retarded thing down there, but I'm going to say the username of this guy, Lord Vezin Killer. He actually put in the exact spelling, so he was the first one to do that. Thumbs up to you for getting that. There was a question about okay, this one's literally just my ointment.
Okay, here's a question from Yoshizilla. What was your favorite scene to film in the Bash? I'm trying to think. Because it's definitely different doing the audio recording separate from the filming, because it's not like I'm necessarily in the moment. And kind of the whole filming for the Bash this time around was just very stressful because I was trying to make the deadline and then completely didn't. And then when I missed the deadline, I just kind of felt guilty every time I went to film because I'm like, I'm so far behind schedule. But my favorite shot, I will say, it's in the opening musical number, and I do kind of this 180-degree camera turn, I guess you would call it, and it's like a close-up of Luigi's face, and I don't know, I just really like it. It's pretty neat. I actually did a lot of new kinds of camera movements for the Bash. I did a lot of tracking shots, which was fun, and I tried to actually use proper just cinematography form with like the whole shot reverse shot pattern and just how a shot should actually be set up. So I actually put a lot of thought into the composition of each shot and the lighting as well. I tried to light it well. I said well twice. We should wrap
Well,
this up.
I really tried to shoot this well. I'd say.
We should wrap this up though, because actually I don't think I said this. I'm recording in like an actual recording booth, a sound booth, and my.
It's definitely not because his apartment has horrible internet. Don't worry about it, guys.
What?
It's definitely not because his apartment has horrible internet.
No, that's not the only reason I wanted to go here. But yeah, my apartment Wi-Fi is the worst, just the worst ever. But no, I kind of wanted the space There's the sound space. But yeah, my reservation of this room is up in 10 minutes. So I have a lot of stuff to pack up, but I don't think they're going to be too mean. I don't think they're going to care too much.
Yeah.
I mean, I might...
This has been great, guys.
I could imagine I could probably get away with just, like, chilling in here for another, like, forever. But this bash shouldn't go... this stream shouldn't go on for hours like in the past. It's been going on pretty long.
like the past that won't be mentioned.
I'm trying to think if there's any last questions you see that are neat.
Someone just put, don't reveal Peach's address on the internet. It's not safe. What was the inspiration for the Wiggler urine?
I mean, this kind of ties in with my whole Mario cuss words, because to make my channel kid friendly, I make up swear words such as Goomba turds or Bomb-Omb's fuse. And I mean, Wiggler urine, how it's used in the video isn't really a swear, but the whole scene, it was in Bowser's Minion Academy. The whole scene is a training montage, so I thought, oh, energy drink. What could be something really gross but Mario related that I could put in an energy drink? Wiggler urine. I don't know why I thought of it, but that's what it did.
Yeah. What is your favorite song you recorded?
As in, like, a musical number? Probably this bash, honestly. I mean, I have done instrumental stuff just for, like, background music. I'm trying to think of it if I have anything I really like. I don't know. But I just really like the instrumental for this year's bash. I'm really proud of it. Oh, and also the 2013 bash. That's, as far as, like, ranking my favorite musical numbers for each bash, it's like a tie for 2013 and 2015. And then 2014 would follow after that.
Yeah.
Okay, someone asks, when will more Mushroom Kingdom Storybook happen? Again, I don't really know the future upload schedule or production schedule for my channel because I'm at film school. So I don't know when a Mushroom Kingdom or Storybook episode will be coming. I don't really know what... I mean, I do have... I'm currently editing a Stash short. It's kind of very complicated, just with the editing. There's a lot of green screen work, but like a lot of complicated green screen work. So I don't know when that will come. Plus, I don't really have a lot of time to work on it because of school. But yeah, just in general, I'm not entirely sure when my next video will be coming. I do have one I've been considering. It has a new character in it, but I don't know if I'm ready to reveal that character yet. We'll see. So yeah.
One person jokingly asked, do you have BUP disorder? And then someone responded, I think, kind of responded by saying, I have BUP disorder.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I guess we should wrap this up.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, probably, yeah. What was one last question? Oh, let's end it off with, what was the worst video you think you've ever made?
Ooh. I mean, I really hate Kamek's Magic Class. I don't know if that's the worst video I've ever made, but I really hate it.
Yeah, it's definitely not the worst ever, because it's like, because what happened was he had recorded it with one audio recording setup.
And then, like, weeks went by, and I switched the audio recording setup by accident. And it's actually the mic I'm using right now, so just to prove to you that this mic does sound good, this is what I've used on all my modern stuff, past Kamek's Magic Class. But it was, I didn't realize it was on, because it was attached to my camera, but there's a switch that, there's like an internal mic, which I used to use for my videos, and the mic I'm using right now is the external. So external mic was turned on by accident, and it just recorded this just horrendous audio. And I mean, the script I feel is pretty solid for Kamek's Magic Class, which is a shame because it got ruined by, just bad audio. But oh well.
Yeah.
Besides that,
Things happen.
worst video, one of my older ones. I don't know. I watch like my old content from 2011 back, maybe even more recent than that. It's just not entertaining to me. I get bored by myself. So like
I think my nomination for the worst one would probably be what was it? It was a Nintendo card game.
Okay. Yeah, that's weird and just yeah.
It's like what are you doing?
It's just not
like that. The
fun.
whole time I was watching that one, it's just like, wait, what is this?
I don't even remember why I made that.
Just because you wanted to make a song, I guess, because you have a song specifically for that situation and nothing else.
Well, no, the song came after, not before. Like I scored the.
Well, I mean, maybe just to make a song for it. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Shoot, what was I just gonna say? Oh yeah, just like. I feel like as my channel has grown for these 7 years, I've increased the production quality, and I've actually just started just approaching every aspect seriously. So the writing is approached with like proper screenwriting format, and like so all the jokes are actually thought out and meaningful. I think about the camera angles and everything now, and the lighting, and so just looking at the old stuff. Yes, there's like some classic moments that I do enjoy. Overall, it's just I don't like the quality. So
yeah.
But yeah. So I guess I should
All
wrap
right.
this up.
To end this off, I want to ask the comment section for anyone who was here for the very beginning. What were your thoughts on the opening to this live stream?
Which, by the way, was a pre-recorded video, so we're very fancy.
It was all a pre-recorded thing that I had set up, and we had put up the video, and we had it prepared so we would ask the question, "Hey, can anyone hear us?"
And we were both laughing because everyone's like, "Yes, we can hear you."
Yeah,
like,
we're
not even talking right now.
Everything is going well.
It was really entertaining. But yeah. What was I just gonna say? No, the funniest thing. Last night, I forget who commented it, but someone's like, "Oh no, is this gonna be like spontaneous combustion again?" And at that point, we had recorded the intro video, so we were just dying because like we were planning it, and we were like, we just kind of felt like that person's gonna appreciate this joke.
Yeah.
Okay. So this has been StacheBros Live Behind the Bash. This little not little. It was a behind-the-scenes live stream. I share this with people. I feel like this was actually pretty solid. Light years better than my previous streams. Yeah, if you guys like this, maybe I could do this more in the future with like these big production videos like this, or just a hangout in general. I mean, I just kind of happened to have free time to do this for some reason, even though I'm at school. So I imagine like the next stream would be sometime in the summer. Maybe even May, because May is when I get out of school. But we'll see.
Okay. Comment of the stream. The opening was so bad, but so good.
Yay.
And that's what we're going to end off on. Thank you all for tuning in. And we'll see you in the next one that won't happen for like years or something, maybe. I don't even know.
Oh, and a little channel plug. Subscribe to Stache Gaming. It's a new channel for my...
Yeah, it's going to happen.
I don't know when it's going to happen. It's happening, but because
it's going to be good.
I was in the middle of recording a walkthrough, but because... I was recording it over spring break, but then I figured I should put all my time to the bash, so I only got a few episodes done. They're not even edited, and it wasn't enough episodes to hold me over through film school, but hopefully another recording session will happen soon, and episodes will start appearing on Stache Gaming. Again, it's a completely different channel, so you'll get your Plush videos on StacheBros and the video game videos on Stache Gaming. And don't worry, because these gaming videos are very easy to make, and they're not going to take away time for making Plush videos. So both channels should hold up. That's the plan.
Yeah, so thanks everyone for watching us ramble about nonsense, and we hope you have a great day.
I hope you have a great life.
Well, maybe that's stretching too far, but no.
Oh, by the way,
whatever.
you're confirmed as an alcoholic. I just wanted to let you know. According to the comment section.
Yeah. Thanks, Mikhail. I thought. Thank you for telling me. I should probably go to an Alcoholics Anonymous.
Oh, real quick, someone just asked about Luigi Time Live, which was a thing that was supposed to happen at some point. The reason it didn't happen is because of technical limitations, but now that I have this whole new streaming setup, it might be able to happen. It's still, there's still issues with it, because as mentioned, I couldn't hear any of the audio you guys hear. So like when I played those videos, it was silent on my end. When I went on GarageBand, it was silent. So I'm trying to think of how I could make a Luigi Time live stream work, because it would be me singing your favorite songs. And part of the issue with some of these songs is that there's overlapping vocals, so I'd have to make new arrangements of each song anyway. It could happen, who knows. But this has been StacheBros Live, Behind the Bash. This is StacheBros. Who are you?
I don't know.
Okay, and we will see
Stuffed
you.
Mario Bros. Bye.
Bye. We'll see you in the future. Bye. Thanks for stopping by. You're the best.